Hey, what's going on, YTBC? This is my fight prediction for Canelo versus Khan on HBO PPV May 7th at MGM Grand at the new T-Mobile Arena. I'm going to start from the beginning when I first heard the fight was announced, Canelo versus Khan. I was disappointed. I was upset. I actually called into the Boxing Voice and shared my thoughts on the fight. I was pretty pissed off about it because once I heard this fight was being made, I knew Triple G versus Canelo was going to be made. Now, I don't have a problem with Canelo fighting Khan. The only problem I really have is that the fact that Canelo's fighting Khan for the middleweight championship of 160 pounds. Now, Khan has never fought above 154, to my knowledge. And now he's fighting for the middleweight championship of the world, the lineal championship of the world against Canelo at Caneloweight of 155 pounds. It doesn't make sense to me. If the fight was made at maybe like a 153, 152, I've been better with it. You know, I feel it would be a more evenly matched fight. I'm not too high on Canelo in the first place, like a lot of these other boxing fans. He really hasn't proven anything to me. I felt like he lost to Floyd Mayweather. He edged out Austin Trout, and I thought he lost to Erislandy Lara when they fought. I didn't think him landing, I don't know, I don't even think he landed 100 punches in that fight against Lara. And majority of the fight punches he landed were probably 80 to 90% body shots, and he landed a nice uppercut against him, but Lara was hitting him ones and two. Defense was looking good, wasn't getting hit. Frustrated Canelo. Canelo was marked up even at the end of the fight. When you watch the expressions of both fighters, the look in Canelo's eyes showed that he knew he lost that fight. But when you got Golden Boy and you got Oscar, all you got to do is just try to keep a fight close and you should be good, especially when you're the cash cow for the company. So Canelo beating Kirkland wasn't a big deal. I expected that. I actually went to that fight. I live here in Houston, and Kirkland hasn't fought in like maybe 2 years, and he was knocked out his last fight prior to Canelo. So I mean, what happened in that fight was supposed to happen. It was a showcase fight to make Canelo look good. So, like I said, I'm not too high on Canelo. I'm not really seeing what's so special about this guy that fights against either dead men like Angulo or Kirkland, or fights against smaller men and bring them up to Canelo weight of 155 pounds. Now, the fight against Miguel Cotto, it was a close fight. I had Canelo edging out the fight. When I saw it the first time, after I watched it the second time, it was even closer. It could have been a draw, but I'm going to go with my initial thoughts when I seen the fight and go ahead and say Canelo squeaked out the fight against Miguel Cotto. Now, everyone speaks about Canelo punching power, and the fight with Cotto, if anyone knows Cotto, he's been dropped a couple times. He bruises real easy. And when he takes damage or punishment, you know, you can really see it affecting Miguel Cotto. He didn't look hurt to me not once in that fight. It looked like he was boxing really good. Neither one really got hurt, but when Canelo was hitting Cotto, it just seemed like it was more impactful, but Cotto was taking them shots pretty easily. Like I didn't see him phase too much, and I can only think of when people say he's this devastating punching that has devastating punch power. He hit Cotto with some clean ass shots, and it didn't phase Cotto. And some of those shots Cotto didn't even see, and he still didn't phase him. So I'm not quite sold up on this amazing punch power of Canelo that everyone's speaking about. Just imagine putting Triple G against Cotto. What happens? Cotto, he gets stopped within 3 to 4 rounds. Imagine Erislandy Lara fighting against Golovkin. He's going to get stopped within 7 to 8 rounds at the most. Golovkin versus Kirkland, 1 to 2 rounds. It just depends on if Golovkin's going to play with him. Uh, Golovkin versus Trout. That's a 5 round knockout more than likely. Golovkin versus Angulo. Same shit happens, but it's just a devastating knockout when it's Golovkin. So that's real punching power right there. And I don't care if people say, oh, we didn't see those fights. If you're honest with yourself and you're being true with yourself, you'll know that Golovkin will knock out every single one of Canelo's last 10 opponents, including Floyd Mayweather. Now, the fight would have to be at a certain weight, of course. And if we're going to keep it fair, let's make it halfway. 154 for Mayweather, and meeting halfway for Golovkin. 160 to go on 154, and Mayweather going up to 154. All right. But I'm getting off track a little bit, so let me get back to the prediction. All right. So like I said, I've been watching the 24/7s, the Face Off by HBO. They do a really good job. Even though the 24/7s haven't really pumped me up, there's been no drama in them. Canelo is saying all the quarterback Peyton Manning type talk that he's supposed to say. I'm going to train hard. I'm going to do my best, and whatever happens, happens. Shit like that. And Amir Khan is not really taking his opportunity to shine and get his name out there. He should at least talk a little shit, get his name out there. Good or bad, talking shit, is good for boxers, because either people are going to want him to get his ass kicked and they're going to tune in for that, or they're going to like it because they're going to say, oh, he got a lot of balls. He's talking this reckless way against Canelo, against the person that he's supposed to lose to. So the 24/7s, the face-off, they really didn't do much for me as in anticipation to the fight, making me want to see it even more. I'm going to watch it regardless because I love boxing. But I guess towards casual fans, maybe it does a little something for them. I mean, you get to see their lives. I mean, you get to see Canelo and his dog, his new dog, which is a beautiful dog. You get to see Amir Khan when he visits the mosque, and you get to see, especially here in America, you get to see how not all Muslims are these terroristic threats to the United States, even though our Republican nominee, Donald Trump, believes so in banning Muslims. My real name is Hassan. My little boy, he's 3 years old, and his name is Amir. And a lot of people confuse me for being Muslim just based off my name, because I meet a lot of people, and when they hear my name, they automatically say Assalamu alaikum. So they think I'm Muslim, but my dad is Muslim, and my mom's Christian, and I just never really got into the whole religious aspects of things. I believe in a higher power, but that's about it. I think religion separates us as people. But going back to the fight, so you see that aspect of the Muslim community, which I think is beautiful. That's about it when it comes to the fight. Now, watching the weigh-in today, Canelo looked extremely drained. He looked like a skeleton. You can see his cheekbones. He was dry as fuck. And but he's used to this shit, and I don't know how he's able to drain from 180 to 155 and bring all this shit back in one day. I'm not gonna accuse nobody of anything. It's just something that's miraculous that he's doing, and he's able to do it, and he's exploiting it, which he should. I guess he should. I mean, if you can do it, do it. If not, whatever. But that's not how you become a legend or legendary or historic great fighter, by doing these type of things, fighting against a welterweight. He made weight, barely. Amir Khan, he made the weight of 155 also. And I would have liked to see Amir Khan come in around maybe 152. I mean, you don't have to drop all the way down to 147. But he kind of looks a little flabby around the midsection, a little soft. And I don't think that's a good way to be coming in a fight against Canelo, because Canelo can throw pretty decent body punches. And if you're not ready for that shit, you know, you'll be touching the canvas or not even finishing the fight because he's going to damage the body. But I do think Khan is going to be able to do a little better with taking punishment, coming in at 155 based off of what Virgil and Amir Khan has been saying throughout the YouTube videos that I've been watching, interviews, and, you know, the 24/7. So hopefully it's not just gas. They're talking. It's real shit. And I'm pulling for Amir Khan to win the fight. I would love to see Amir Khan beat Canelo, since he's doing this pussy ass shit about fighting Khan instead of fighting his mandatory. And it doesn't look like he's going to fight his manager. That really turned me off on Canelo. I never really cared for him too much anyway, because he never really proved anything to me. And I felt like he got gift decision against Lara. And I feel Lara clearly beat him. I didn't even have it close. I had Lara by like maybe 8-4 in that fight. It was really hard for me to, say Canelo won that fight. I just didn't see what everybody else was saying. I think it was a bunch of fanboys, a bunch of Mexicans. I was at a bar called Chulos here in Houston. There was nothing but Mexicans there. And while watching the fight, I was sitting there with a couple of black guys and Cuban guys. And we were cheering while we were watching the fight, and these motherfuckers was quiet as hell. Like, they knew what was up. They knew Canelo lost. They didn't start cheering until they heard them say Canelo won the fight. So, I don't know. That just rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like how that shit happened. But it is what it is. It's boxing. It's not the first time, the last time either. It might even happen this fucking Saturday. But my prediction for the fight is TKO. For Saul Canelo Alvarez. I'll give Amir Khan 9 rounds. And I'll say Amir Khan will be winning the fight until he gets hit with a couple of hard shots that's going to fuck him up probably in round 8 and round 9. That's when they're going to call a fight, because I think Canelo is going to punish him then after he takes him. But I do think Amir Khan will be a hit on the scorecards. Hopefully I'm wrong. I would like to see Amir Khan beat Canelo, and that way, you'll get a rematch between Canelo and Khan. But the belt is going to go to Triple G anyway, because Canelo's not going to fight Triple G, and Khan is going to be obligated to taking a rematch with Canelo. So Triple G is going to get what he won, and hopefully they'll be able to make that Billy Joe Saunders fight, and he'll be the undisputed 160-pound champion, and then maybe he could get those fights with Danny Jacobs, and maybe if Erislandy Lara wants to move up. I'm going to try to go to the gym where Erislandy Lara lives. He stays maybe like 5 miles away from where I live, so hopefully I'll be able to get over there and bring one of my buddies with me to translate for me. And ask him some questions and try to get it on video to see if he's serious about facing Triple G. So there you have it. I feel Canelo is going to win by TKO, 9th round stoppage. Again, Khan will be winning the fight on the scorecards. Well, I don't know about that, because these are going to be Golden Boy Planet judges more than likely. So to the fans' eyes and the guys that really know boxing, that's not fanboys of Canelo, and they're just being 100% honest, I feel the majority of us will be seeing Canelo losing this fight on the scorecards, but he's still going to win the fight by TKO in the 9th round. I like the undercards also. I think David Lemieux is going to stop Tapia. Forgot the other fighters on the undercards, but I don't know if I'm gonna order this fight or not. I kind of don't want to support Canelo. I might end up going to that Chulo's bar, because they always have it showing on big screens and shit. I'm gonna be at one of my buddies' house. They're gonna be watching the Kentucky Derby, so hopefully they order the fight, and I'll just stay over there for the whole night then. But there you have it, my prediction for the fight. Canelo TKO over Khan. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, dislike, subscribe, comment. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what you guys think. You have a great day.